Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome to the Centurions Review, the punk rock band of Wargame Review Institutions. These are some homemade sumo wrestler rules I made. You're probably saying, why in the hell did you make sumo wrestling miniature rules? Well, I was at auction and someone was selling painted sumo wrestlers, so I bought them for real cheap and I just finished the paint job and based them. I've got 4 regular sumo wrestlers here and 2 female sumo wrestlers. So here's the story with the rules. The sequence of play is each side secretly chooses a card, and then you roll for initiative, and the winner chooses who goes first, and then in order, each player resolves his card. Here's the stats. Before the game starts, each sumo wrestler, you're given 4 points to choose from, and you can spend them for strength, weight, speed, or dexterity. The most points you can have in one category is 3. So this guy here, the green guy, chose +1 to strength, +2 to weight, and +1 to speed. And the other character here just chose +3 to strength and +1 to weight. Each player has an identical set of cards, and these cards, when you execute them, generally they'll do things like you'll add like your speed or weight and then subtract your opponent's strength, and you'll roll for both you and the opponent, and it will say, like here, if you got a +2 more than the opponent, then you push them back 1 hex, or if you got +3, you knock them down. And this one, charge, you can reuse, but there's other cards in here like grab, leg, and lift that you discard and you can't use again. So let me tell you how you win in sumo wrestling in real life. In sumo wrestling, you have a 15-foot ring, and you either have to push your opponent out of the ring or knock them down. You're basically allowed to do pretty much anything you want except for slap him in the ears and punch him, and I think something else, I forget what, but that's basically it. So push him out of the ring or knock him down. All right, so let's do a round here. These are rules that are in progress, so as time goes on, they're going to change. This is the first iteration. I just started play testing this. So sequence of play, each side secretly chooses a card. So the green guy is going to choose charge, and the other guy is going to choose trip. So now they're going to roll to see for initiative. The green guy has a +1 in speed, so he gets +1 to his initiative roll. So it's 6 to 6, so they roll again. He gets a 5, he gets a 2, so the green's going to go first. So he executes his charge, he moves into contact, but before there's any die rolling, since the other guy had trip, that interrupts it. So for trip, you add the number of hexes the opponent moved, which is 1, minus the opponent's dexterity, which is 0. So green is going to get a +1 to his die roll. So it's 2 to 2, so that's a 0. He needed a +3 for the opponent to fall and lose when he tripped them, so nothing happened there. But the other guy gets to continue his charge here now. So he takes his speed and weight, which is +1, +2, so it's +3, minus the opponent's strength, which is +3, so he's at 0 and when he's rolling. So they both roll, and it's +3 in favor of the opponent, so nothing happened. So charge could be reused, so that goes back in his deck. So now they're going to secretly choose a card again. You can't use charge because you have to move at least 1 space in order to use it. This guy's going to secretly choose push. And the other guy is going to choose grab, leg, and lift. So we'll roll again for initiative. And with initiative, if you win the initiative, you don't have to go first. You can tell the other guy to go first. Winning the initiative just lets you choose who goes first. So +1 for green. So green gets 6 and the other guy gets 5. So green does his push, his strength and weight, which is total of 3, minus the opponent's weight, which is 1, so he's +2. He gets a 7, and the opponent gets a 2, so that's a +5. So since it's +3 or more, he pushes the opponent back 1 hex, so the opponent's about to be pushed out of the ring, and he follows up there. Now the other guy does his grab, leg, and lift, so he adds his strength minus the opponent's weight, so his strength is 3 minus 2, so the white player gets +1. So he gets 7, and green gets 1, so he's got a +6. So +3 or more, opponent falls to the floor, so he's defeated this guy. Just so you guys know, you're probably like, wow, that went quick. In sumo wrestling in real life, really a sumo match can last like 1 second. I mean, if one guy charges the other guy and his head hits the other guy's jaw and it knocks him out, the match will literally be over in 1 second. It's very rare that a sumo match lasts more than 1 minute. But anyhow, just wanted to show you guys the first iteration of these rules. I'm going to keep working on them and improving them. Some of the other abilities they have is lift and drop, twist out of the way. That's an interesting one. Grab, belt, and push. You're allowed to grab the enemy's belt in this and drag them across the ring and try and throw them out of the ring. Slapping. And jumping back. It's like if you're being charged. And here's charge and trip again. Thanks for watching and have a good evening.